Get on out of here. I can't take you anymore. I've had enough. That's it. Michelangelo Caruso. I'm not chasing him away. I'm welcoming him in. He's a communication consultant from Michigan, author and speaker, and he's given over 2,000 addresses. And on March 9th, he's going to be in Kalamazoo, where we're heard on WKZO, Present Like a Pro. Longtime friend of mine and the program. Welcome back, sir.
Good morning, Michael Patrick. How are you?
Good. You know what? I noticed that the people seem to like the red meat that goes on in the debates during the presidential campaign. But if you want to learn something, you got to sort of watch what happens in these town halls where they separate everybody, sit with them for half an hour, and let them actually talk. Seems to be maybe not as exciting, but more useful. Do you agree?
I do. The red meat's fun, but you know, there's an old saying, if everybody ate 4 servings of vegetables a day, there wouldn't be enough vegetables.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be in that line.
We like our meat, man.
At the same time, what are we learning from the way people get hot under the collar, or they get animated, or they're under the pressure? Maybe there is something to learn from that, yes or no?
Of course. And what's unfortunate is that when we get emotional, we stop learning. There's an old saying that emotion cripples rational discussion. The media has known this for a long time, you know, that friction and conflict sells. That's why the headline's usually something that's going to grab you by the shirt collar and pull you in that direction. But, of course, there's something to be learned from every experience we have with difficult or negative people.
If you are passionate about what you do, isn't it difficult to not be emotional?
Of course, that's the trick. And that's why it's usually people that we care about who bug us the most. You know, total strangers, you can kind of rub them off a bit and move them away psychologically. But if it's someone you live with, they not only know exactly how to push your buttons, they get really good at pushing them.
So why do they do that?
Well, part of it is that they're not aware that they're doing it. People are honoring their own scripts before they honor yours. And so it's not just always ad hominem. A lot of times someone just has a pet peeve, right? And to them it's not a pet peeve. It's the pet peeve is for you. You know, for them it's just a habit. And so that's what happens when the two people interface, is that one's seeing it through the incident through one lens, and the other is looking at it in another way. So
let's say you come to that realization. And you think, I'm going to go about it different this time because I've run up the same hill 700 times the same way, and I come back with the same response. Yep. You will teach us, as I understand it, how to get along with difficult people, or how maybe to see it from their perspective?
Yeah, well, a couple things. Here's an easy thing for people to do. I mean, it's easy to get your head around, maybe not so easy for someone to get in the habit of doing this, but there's just 2 axioms that you need to remember. Almost everybody I talk to across all my talks, internationally as well, is that I first of all get the person I'm talking to, the audience, to agree with me on premise number 1, which is everyone offers something. Would you agree with me that everyone offers something? Almost everybody I talk to says, well, yeah, of course, and then they joke and say, well, they offer me stuff I don't like. You know, they offer things I don't care for. Okay, but everybody offers something, and so the point is that there's good in everyone. Even if you don't care for somebody, they probably have some morsel of goodness in them. And the second premise, Michael Patrick, is to find something that you like about people you don't like. Identify what that little something is. And then dwell on the positive instead of the negative. Because what the mind thinks about expands, right? So if all you think about is how much you hate this particular idiosyncrasy about a person, you forget about the fact, let's say it's somebody you work with, you dwell on this idiosyncrasy, but you forget about the fact that they never miss work and that they're on time every single day. Why can't you dwell on that? And when you do that, what happens is your feeling about them changes. You may never have them over for Christmas dinner, but your feeling about them changes, and you don't spend so much time in the negative cloud, right?
You say that everything is a presentation. What do you mean by that?
Well, let's use this very technique that we're talking about when you're giving a business presentation. And you give presentations every time you're on the air, micro presentations over and over and over again. And what happens is you're looking now for nuances. Let's say somebody in the audience asks me a question that I don't care for, maybe a question that puts me on the spot.
Yeah.
And the presidential candidate should be thinking about this right now, is that, first of all, that person has something, there's something about that question that we can use to our advantage. The problem is thinking in real time and not becoming emotional about it so that we can take advantage of that question. Some of the greatest comebacks in political history took place when the political candidate was able to keep his head. Remember Reagan's great quote about age? I think he told somebody that, he said, I won't hold his lack of experience against him or something like this. Yeah. I mean, that was a very, very cool response. Might have even been scripted. He might have even front-loaded it because his opponent was so young. But cynical. Notice he didn't get all offended that the guy insulted him because he was an older guy. Yeah. He hung in there with him, and he learned from it, and he used it to his advantage.
Yeah, that was crafty. Now, where in the state of Michigan can we find you in person, and also how do we find you online?
You bet. Thank you. March 9th, I'll be in Kalamazoo. I'll do a program called Present Like a Pro. For more information on that, anybody can Google my full name, which is Michael Angelo Caruso, and then the words Present Like a Pro. They'll come up with a web page that talks about all the upcoming dates, including the March 9th date in Kalamazoo. And I'm grateful for the great audience in Michigan. We got a little power station here because I've lived here my whole life. I love this state.
Yeah, well, we'll see you in Kalamazoo, where we're heard on WKZO 590 AM. And you can present like a pro and have an immediate impact on your business March 9th, and we'll keep in close touch with Michael Angelo Caruso.
Get ready to fall in love at Firekeepers this February. It's the Power of Love GMC giveaway Saturday, February 27th. You could win one of 4 new GMCs. How does a shiny Acadia crossover sound? Need more room? There's a Yukon SUV. Got stuff to haul? No problem. We've got a Sierra pickup too. Or if midsize is more your style, how about a Terrain? We're giving them all away, guaranteed. Earn entries all month long. Then be here Saturday, February 27th, when we give away 4 new GMCs, one every 2 hours, starting at 4 p.m. Don't miss the Power of Love GMC giveaway, only at Firekeepers. Get your Vegas on at Firekeepers Casino Hotel. I-94 to exit 104 in Battle Creek. FirekeepersCasino.com. Management reserves all rights.